Good afternoon, graduates, guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Waterloo. My name is Feridun Hamdalapur, and I have the honor of serving as President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. And it's my privilege to welcome you all to this afternoon ceremony. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered today on the traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. Now, if you please remain standing, and those of you who are sitting, if you could please rise for the singing of our national anthem, and I will invite Michael Klein to sing "O Canada," and please feel free to join Michael in singing our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Tom Jenkins, and it's my privilege to be the Chancellor of the University of Waterloo. Graduates, family and friends, President, Provost, honored guests, faculty and staff, it's a great honor to be here today to celebrate today's graduating class. By the looks of this very packed gymnasium, graduates, you've had a lot of help along the way. And although many of you are sitting there smiling because you're only a few hours away, the reality is that your family especially is smiling because you're going to be soon off the payroll. Oh, it's okay to applaud to that. It's okay. I still have 2 more to go. Now, I've always found this university to be very inspirational, and in this year in particular, 2017, it's the 60th anniversary of the University of Waterloo. And while we take it for granted today, the university started off as a very innovative idea, that it was a combination of cooperative education and academic excellence. And no one had really ever tried to do that in Canada before, not at the scale that the university achieved it. And that, of course, led to the university being voted for the past 25 years in a row as the most innovative university in Canada. Please. Now, during that 60 years, for about half of it, I've had the great pleasure of being part of the ecosystem here. I have an office up on North Campus, and it's been wonderful to watch both the university and the whole community grow over these past years. It's really been quite amazing. And it's something that as you finish one phase of your relationship with the university, you begin a new phase as alum. And that is something that will be with you for the rest of your life. And that network of other University of Waterloo graduates that have come before you and that will come after you are part of your family, it's part of your network. And so please make use of it. I've been part of that network for 30 years, and it's a very strong network. I can be in Germany or in Silicon Valley, anywhere in the world, and University of Waterloo alum are there, and very proud of it. So I hope you'll experience that as well as you go forward. And today, we're going to celebrate with the awarding of degrees. Is that why you're here? I think that's why you're here. We might have a few up here. We'll begin by conferring honorary titles on individuals who have distinguished themselves in their professions, and an honorary degree for an individual who has distinguished themselves in their career. We'll then confer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Now, as Chancellor around here, I get to give one order that actually gets followed, and that we're going to do all of that in less than 2 hours. But you have a part to play in that. We would ask that everyone here, would you please remain in your places until Convocation is adjourned and the academic procession has left the Convocation Hall. So graduates, I look forward to seeing you as you cross the stage here, and once again, congratulations. I'd now like to invite Deborah Jones, Associate Dean and Director, School of Optometry and Vision Science, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present John Flanagan. Professor Flanagan is best known in Canada and internationally for his work in the field of glaucoma. A professor for 29 years at both the University of Waterloo and the Department of Ophthalmology, University of Toronto, he has taught both clinical and didactic optometry courses and supervised 45 graduate students. He served as both a governor and senator at the University of Waterloo and was chair of the Clinical Research Ethics Committee. He is currently Dean of the School of Optometry at the University of California, Berkeley. His primary contributions as a scholar are at the interface between clinical science and basic vision science, and he is well recognized and highly regarded in both domains. John has an excellent record in attracting research funding, including 28 years from the CIHR. He has authored over 170 peer-reviewed publications and has presented to both professional and academic audiences around the world. He has received a number of prestigious awards, including the Distinguished Service Award of the Optometric Glaucoma Society, the Glenn Fry Award of the American Optometric Foundation, the Mel Silverman Mentorship Award, University of Toronto, Life Fellowship of the British College of Optometrists, and most recently, an honorary DSc from Aston University, United Kingdom. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding accomplishments in research, teaching, and service, I request that you bestow the title Distinguished Professor Emeritus upon John Flanagan.
I am honored to confer upon you, John Flanagan, the title of Distinguished Professor Emeritus, and extend my sincere congratulations. Please.
I now invite Lisa Prokopich, Clinical Professor, School of Optometry and Vision Science, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present J. Graham Strong. Professor Graham Strong's illustrious career spans 4 decades, with distinguished contributions to academic knowledge, to the development of the profession of optometry, and to teaching and clinical care. Professor Strong played a pivotal role in enhancing Canadian society through his active involvement in public policy development for persons with vision loss. He pioneered the provision of high-technology vision rehabilitation and promoted the research, development, and commercialization of technologies for persons with low vision. Professor Strong developed innovative multidisciplinary care models that became the basis of governmental policies, facilitating enhanced care and improved quality of life for those with blindness and low vision, not only in Ontario and Canada, but across North America. He is the Supreme Court of Ontario's only appointed forensic optometrist and has published widely in celebrated journals and been the recipient of a number of prestigious awards, too numerous to mention here. Professor Strong served in virtually all leadership roles in the School of Optometry and Vision Science, including Director and Associate Dean of Science. He was co-founder and director of the Centre for Sight Enhancement, an internationally acclaimed clinical and research facility and Canada's only service to be accredited by the National Accreditation Council for Blindness and Low Vision Services. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his exemplary record of public service, public policy development, teaching, and service to the university, wider community, and to persons with vision loss, I request that you bestow the title Distinguished Professor Emeritus upon Graham Strong.
I am honored to confer upon you, Graham Strong, the title of Distinguished Professor Emeritus and extend my sincere congratulations. Thank you very much.
I now invite David Rose, Professor, Department of Biology, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Stephen Scherer. Stephen Scherer graduated from the University of Waterloo with an honors BSc in Biology and Chemistry in 1987, followed by MSc and PhD degrees from the University of Toronto. He has achieved groundbreaking biomedical discoveries in genomic research, leading to a new recognition of the causes of many forms of autism and new clinical approaches to diagnosis and treatment. Dr. Scherer's most notable contribution is to the discovery of genome-wide copy number variation and its relevance to human disease. Classical genetics teaches us that all genes come in pairs with rare exceptions, such as the loss or gain of chromosomes or genetic segments, most of which are fatal or cause disease. In 2004, Dr. Scherer discovered that these variations are unexpectedly common and are a normal form of natural genetic variation. Furthermore, by genomic analysis, he was able to identify particular variations associated with autism spectrum disorder. His discovery of genetic variations in specific genes has given rise to new diagnostic tests for autism. He has been a tireless advocate for autism patients and families, but also for the importance of basic scientific research to the national interest. He holds the GlaxoSmithKline CAHR Chair in Genome Sciences at the Hospital for Sick Children and the University of Toronto. He has been recognized by national and international awards, including with the Fellowship to the Royal Society of Canada, as a Howard Hughes International Investigator, and many others. In 2014, he was identified by Thomson Reuters as a Nobel-class citation laureate. On the 30th anniversary of his graduation from Waterloo, we are proud to celebrate his outstanding achievements. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to biomedical research, to the understanding of autism spectrum disorder, and to patient advocacy and science promotion, I request that you bestow the title Doctor of Science honoris causa upon Stephen Scherer.
I am honored to confer upon you, Stephen Scherer, the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa, and I extend my sincere congratulations.
I now invite Dr. Scherer to address Convocation.
Good afternoon. Chancellor Jenkins, President Hamdoulahpur, Dean Lemieux, Professor Rose, distinguished guests, and graduating class. 30 years ago, on a very, very hot day, I sat, like you, amongst my peers, waiting to be handed my degree and to get on with my life. Like you, and probably your parents and my parents, I wondered where this degree would take me. Some of you will continue in science, others will go elsewhere. Whatever the case, in receiving your degree today, importantly, each of you has demonstrated the fortitude to finish what you started. This is what makes great scientists and great citizens, so congratulations. I will make two predictions today. The first is that your degree in science should serve you well, because those who can thrive in an increasing data-driven world will build the future. The second prediction comes at the end. 30 years ago, in my field of science, genetics, we studied one gene at a time. For my fourth-year honors project here at Waterloo, I sequenced a single collagen gene from the roundworm C. elegans. It took 8 months, something now that could be completed in about 8 hours. Then, in 1989, as a graduate student, I worked in the laboratory at the Hospital for Sick Children that discovered the gene that, when absent, causes cystic fibrosis. That project took a decade. Now it would take about 10 weeks to complete. Contributing to another decade of research mapping chromosomes, the year 2000 saw the first drafts of the human genome sequence emerge. These were mosaic prototypes of billions of genetic letters patched together from a mix of anonymous donors, which cost $3 billion to complete. Then, in 2007 and 2008, two astounding studies released the first complete genome sequences from identified individuals, namely genome pioneer Craig Venter and DNA icon James Watson. This is when everything changed. Biology quickly moved from studying one gene at a time to studying all of the genes at once. And along the way, there was much more complete genomic knowledge. And with this came the opportunity for rapid hypothesis-free observation and comparison across medicine, but also all of biology. The Venter genome, worked on by my group, cost millions of dollars. This past spring, my team published our latest study on autism, generating the genome sequences of 7,000 individuals at a cost of about $1,000 each. That price may hit $100 per genome before you get your first job. That was a joke. The genome, of course, is the DNA instruction book contained in each of our body's trillions of cells. It provides a blueprint for all aspects of your development, from conception to adulthood. We inherit 1/2 of our DNA from our parents, as they did from their parents, and so on, right back to the beginning. For me, it is awe-inspiring that the human genome has evolved to one that can direct the formation of an organism with minds capable of decoding our own instruction manual. This is truly astounding, and it has all happened in our lifetime. I would like to spend just the next few minutes sharing with you 3 examples of how just revolutionary this information can be in understanding ourselves. First, in addition to the human genome, researchers worldwide have now cataloged the genomes of thousands of species from Darwin's Tree of Life. If you were to look at our own genome sequence compared to other species, our genetic blueprint would not appear so grand in design. For example, our genome sequence has near to the same number of genes, 25,000, as the roundworm I studied during my 4th-year project. Using miraculous technologies that allow sequencing of minuscule amounts of DNA from extinct animals, we even now know that Homo sapiens and Neanderthals mated with each other when they cohabitated caves in Europe and Asia 50,000 years ago. The current evidence suggests humans emerged over others because of a handful of mutations that allowed us to communicate and socialize better, at least until cultural evolution took over, leapfrogging our species ahead. The second example, each of our DNA is 99% identical in some way to every other human, regardless of race, religion, or color. I suppose a discriminant could focus on the 1% difference. However, that would be bad science because there is often more genetic variation found within groups than between them. Believe it or not, along with some DNA shuffling, each of you only differ from your parents by about 100 genetic changes. So like it or not, you are just like your parents. Where we become unique from each other comes not so much from genetics, but instead from our exposures, our experiences, and the decisions we make in response to these. The evolutionary lesson here is that while your genes may have helped you to get to the auditorium floor today, where and how far you go now is really up to you, where you want to take it. The third example, beyond anthropology, there are pragmatic reasons for all of us to become informed about our individual genomes. We now know that 1 in 20 Caucasians carry a mutation involved in cystic fibrosis, but that you have to inherit a faulty copy of the gene from each of your parents to be affected. 1 in 68 newborns will develop autism, and for 20% of these individuals, we already have DNA tests. The list goes on. There are over 6,000 genetic diseases that affect our species. And believe me, nobody here and no one in the world is entirely genetically healthy. Thankfully, there are groundbreaking medical discoveries coming every day. For example, for individuals with cystic fibrosis, there are new drugs that ameliorate the effects of specific mutations, effectively treating the disease in these individuals. The genomic tests are important because for some forms of cardiac disease, cancer, and mental health, knowing your genome sequence can save your life. In other instances, your genetic sequence might reveal a drug or dose you should take or avoid, or a lifestyle change that leads to better health. As Professor Rose mentioned in his introduction, genetic information is unique and needs to be treated very carefully. It can inform on our past, our present, and our future, and by definition, it's shared with our relatives. And complex genomic data becomes even more complicated when it is used in carrier screening, fetal testing, or forensics. And that's not just the future, that's happening now. The applications of genetic science are now only limited by our creativity as scientists. I will end now with a second prediction and some advice. I believe the most successful scientists of my generation were the ones who built the machines and the methods to generate massive novel data sets never before available. It's easy to make a discovery if you are seeing something for the first time. Today I spoke about moving from studying genes to genomes in biology. There are equivalent examples in chemistry, physics, and the environmental sciences. My prediction, at least for the life sciences, is that the next major breakthroughs will come by scrutinizing data originating from the intersection of the relatively young disciplines of genomics and artificial intelligence. My advice to this graduating class is to follow your nose to the right place for you, to not let your genome hold you back, and to undertake all of your endeavors with Waterloo warrior fortitude. If you do these things, you'll end up just fine and make your parents very proud as they are today. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Ian Orchard, and I have the privilege of being the Vice President and Provost. Let me begin by thanking Dr. Shearer for his thoughtful and insightful address, and welcome him, along with Professors Flanagan and Strong, to the group of Waterloo's distinguished alumni. Will the graduating class please rise as you are able? Mr. Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining.
Please be seated. I'd now like to invite Alison Jewell to come forward and deliver the valedictory address. Alison.
Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to have the opportunity to speak to you today on behalf of the science graduating class of 2017. Firstly, a warm welcome and thank you to the family, friends, and loved ones who have taken the time to be with us here on this occasion. While today is a celebration of the graduating class, I can say with confidence that none of us would be here today without your support over the last number of years. Your phone calls and social media messages showing your pride in our accomplishments and assuring us of your unconditional support allowed us to forge onward, despite having several midterms to write while worrying about labs, assignments, and ensuring that we still attended class. Thank you to the faculty, staff, teaching assistants, and mentors who guided us through our journeys here. Without the challenges and support that you provided for us, we wouldn't have been able to grow into the innovative, critical thinkers who we are today. You helped us learn how to learn, which will allow us to approach the rest of our lives with open minds and the ability to make meaningful contributions in all that we do. Finally, a huge thank you and congratulations to my fellow graduates. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you for the parts that you've played in shaping my experience and the experiences of those around you. Being a part of this community is something I hope you are able to take with you, whether you're in Waterloo or around the world. Without this amazing community of peers to support one another through those late nights of studying, in helping to prepare for interviews, and in supplying a never-ending variety of science puns, I don't believe we would all be here today. As we wrap up our time together, it's important to take a moment to reflect back on where we were several years ago in September, at the beginning of our journeys here. We arrived on this campus, strangers to one another, and to this new place that we would grow to call our home. We had all been told about how fast the time would pass, about the things we would learn, and how one day we would look back at this experience as the best time of our lives. Over the next number of years, we faced a number of successes and challenges, moments of hardship and celebration. We took part in orientation, wrote our first midterm or first draft of our thesis on far too little sleep, submitted a final version of a project, report, or dissertation, and were swept up in that fast-paced environment that became our everyday normal. Through these experiences, we developed resiliency, discovered how far our passion for excellence would push us, and allowed us to form connections that one might even call covalent. Amid that everyday normal, we witnessed some important moments for the university. Our faculty had the opportunity to welcome a new Dean of Science, along with visits from Stephen Hawking and Chris Hadfield. We saw the opening of the Science Teaching Complex and are celebrating the university's 60th anniversary. These important moments and our own personal highlights shaped our individual stories and memories at Waterloo. Now, as we celebrate this milestone in our academic careers, it's once again a time for firsts. But this time, instead of meeting new classmates, we'll have the opportunity to build those connections with new colleagues in new workplaces. Instead of submitting that first draft of a report, we will be submitting large-scale projects to our supervisors. And for the first time, in what feels like a very long time, we will experiment with sleeping in, learning how it feels to have a weekend with no academic obligations. As we look to the future, I know that each and every one of you have the potential, the drive, and the passion to seek out opportunities where you can make real change in the world. Your bright minds and strong spirits are exactly what the world needs moving into the future. Your adaptability and resiliency will ensure that you will flourish despite the challenges ahead. Just like you've all had an impact here at Waterloo, you will continue to do so as you step off this campus and into your future opportunities. You've proven to your families, your friends, the faculty, and staff here on campus, and most importantly, to yourselves, that you are capable of so much. All the best as you start the rest of your lives. We've made it, class of 2017.
Well, thank you, Alison, for your energetic and uplifting address. Chancellor, President, honored guests and participants, look, what a great day. Convocation is perhaps the most rewarding occasion in the life of a university. It evokes our ancient rights and our privileges, and it stirs us with a promise of new beginnings. Like Alison, I would also like to formally thank all of those who have made today possible. To the parents, the family, and friends of our graduates, especially those of you who have traveled from afar, thank you. To the university community for developing these scholars and delivering this outstanding event for our new alumni, thank you. And of course, we acknowledge those who have been unable to join us today, but we feel their presence. Now, it's sometimes difficult for the students to find their family and friends when they cross the stage to be hooded. So I thought we would try and help them find their family and friends. Graduates, please remain seated, but I would like family, friends, visitors to stand as you are able. Graduates, would you like to look around and find your family and friends? Maybe wave when you see them. Everyone waves back, it's inevitable. Graduates, let's thank all those who've made your convocation so special. Please be seated. As we prepare to confer the degrees, I have a few notes. If you would like to take photos, you may do so in the area to your left of the platform. Please enter this area by going to the left side outside the gym and down the hallway. If you approach this area just before your special graduate is about to proceed across the stage, you can take photos. Once you've taken your photos, please return to your seats to allow others to take photos of their special graduates. Please also remember that some students' names begin with an A, which inevitably means some will begin with a Z. It really is not their fault, but I am advised it's normally your faults. Please show respect to all your fellow classmates by returning to your seat after being hooded so that we can all share in this celebration together. And now I think we do the good stuff. we will now proceed to the conferring of the degrees. I invite Bob Lemieux, Dean, and Marley Spafford, Associate Dean, Undergraduate Studies, to announce the graduands' names.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science, Honors Biology. Kyle Levin Bassa, Sarah Ann Beatty, Manny Batwa, Nora Lee Bischoff, Anne-Marie Bisson, Jamie Young Bertolotti, Katya Ami Boucher, Kari Jonathan Brito, Ashley Lee Audrey Brush, Ivan Gregory Kadonik, Andrea Lynn Kappel, Claire Chun Wei Chan, He Hyung Chang, Julian Chung Long Chow, Ming Yin Chu, Joanna Awona Chuddick, Jason Michael Connolly, Camilla Correa Ochoa, Ian Michael Dowling, Matthew Duda, Samantha Katarzyna Dudzik, Lyndon Grace Fairburn, Jordan David Franson, Sean Fraser, Hafen Gong, Kuljinder Kaul Rule, Monica Gromala, Emily Ha, Krista Rose Herbaco, Eva Ho, Jackie Ho, Amy Alden Hoff, Saima Noreen Hussein, Mercedes Hoon, Naima Islam, Jonathan Jack, Benjamin Jenkins, Allison Nicole Jewell, Kate McKim Johnston, Kirthana Cathard Gana Manathan, Brittany Killingbeck, Rachel Rebecca Kwan, Esther Kianming Lee, Kevin Lee, Jennifer J. Lynn, Sherry Lynn, Emma Lauren Lepert, Zenzan Liu, Cassandra Vera Ma, Jennifer Joan Mackey, Siobhan Demwanti Mahant, James Joseph McNally, Kevin Ryan Murray, William Alexander Ning, Brandon Nguyen, Vivian On, Sarah Rachel Packle McCormick, Angelo Joe J. Pantalonian, Janki Patel, Carlene Elise Fern Perkin, Danny Fan, Farishta M. Pithawala, Tiffany Sato, Charlie Chang, Natalie Shum, Mahmoud Abdel Magid Saham, Emily Catherine Sullivan. Tiffany Ashley Tam. Elisa Isabel Thibodeau. Kimberly Trong. Victoria Trong. Aharabi Vithalapa Pillai. Gila Christina Ventilla. Santhuri Vithya Paskaran. Jasmina Busic. Jasmine Wadwa. Matthew Wengler. Andrew Woodall. Brenna Henderson Wiley. Nalanth Yogadasan. Ye Yu Dang. Lena Dang. Quinn Ru Zhou. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science Honors Biomedical Sciences. Dasota Anandaraja, Janani Anpalagan, Andres Gerardo Benavides Guariardo. Graham John Edward Bird, Denez Bokhari, Vimalpreet Kaur Brar. Stephen Alec Buckrell, Edikon Se Shun Chan, Corey Nicholas Charlebois Coward, Donghui Chen, Jeffrey Choi Siang Chen, Phyllis Lock Yu Choi, Stephen Sunho Choi, Ovina Korean Chow, Yai Ji Juliana Chun, Juan Lam Jamie Chung, Carling Noella Elizabeth Coyles, Sarah Nicole Dunchuk, Nicole Doe, Rebecca Allison Dordolo, Noor El Dasuki, Pui Young Fong, Sandy Fong, Nicole Fraser, Victoria Wei Ting Fong, Harjit Singh Gill, Bhawanpreet Kaur Gosal, Viola Halder, Fatin Munther Hikmat, Samar Munther Hikmat, Hei Yen Ni Lian Ho, Elizabeth Jane Holmes, Victoria Dana Hoy, Anna Marie Hummel, Henna Javed, Navreet Kaur Kara, Kyung Yong Kim, Timothy Albert Klein, Melissa Kleinow, Gurmeet Kaur Lal, Hyun Ji Lee, Elisa Virginia Lee Tung, Annie Rand Lee, Keen Edelbert Libao, Svetlana Likmanova, Linda Y. Liu, Jessica Carolina Lida, Andrew Singh Phai Ma, Christia Angela Manjares, Brooke Olivia Miracle, Ashna Karimbai Maridia, Boris Milkovich, Harjot Singh Modi, Nijani Nagarud Kumaran. Genevieve Wing Duang In, Cindy Wen, Sinjidu Ugona Okoro, Andrew James O'Malley, Sneha Palipu, Keyur Patel. Linda Beek Pham, Haley Patricia Pichinin, Gursimir Punya. Ragavi Pupalaraja, Shin Ron Kwan, Rabab Rafike. Shivjot Kaur Rai, Jackie Ren, Bethany Caitlin Ringo. Lynn Salim, Tina Bargavi Samantapudi, Lilia Shaban. Anshuni Shah, Amrita Kaur Singh, Varshini Skamtaraja. Benjamin J. Smith, Katrina Grace Strongs, Zhi Xing Seto. Nina Marie Tan Yi, Spencer McLean Tout, Catherine Ann Umali. Priyanka Uttarayatinman, Alexander Wong, Hanson Wong. Janet Wong, Angel Wen Yi, Moiz Ahmed Zahid. Mohanad Spaka. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science Honors Psychology. Mary Beggs, Jacob Remy Demoslai, Elizabeth Ann Callis. Donggu Lee, Meghna Praveen Menon, Colleen Young Nevison, Laura Marie Obden, Cadence Sonia Pileski, Yuri Ray, Alexandra Ray Rett, Ellen So, April Soriano, Catherine Tsao, Jimin Yang, Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Deborah Jones, Associate Dean and Director, School of Optometry and Vision Science, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Optometry. Amareza Anushapur, Victoria Kameko Baba, Amanda Beck. Monica Bell, Cassandra Biro, Dara Bush. Catherine Bolt, Nicole Christina Butler, Jessica Catherine Bilsma. Kaylee Carrick, Carrie Blake Chartier, Matthew Vincent Chen. Shojun Chen, Amy Hu Yan Chow, Shane Edward Cornelson. Adriana Cotavillo, Karen Dean, Darcy Lee Dennis. Sarah Jane Dickinson, David Dean, Jonathan Din. Soumya Dixit, Alexandra Ray Farquhar, Nancy Friesen. Pascal Gagne, Lindsay Mara Gallowitz, Gabriel Haddad. Anne-Marie Ruth Hannington, Nicole Hatfield, Mariam Hermes. Mariko Hirano, Raymond Ho, Christina Hong. Janice Wei Yun Hui, Alexander Francis Hines, Janki Kapadia. Kira Rachel Kaplan, Melissa Kamini Kenneth, Marwish Khan. Michael Cruiser, Carolyn Kudo, David Romuald Kwolek. Jessica Kumar, Hastin Lam, Jeffrey Lam. Christy Joni Lam, Nok Him Lam, Daphne Lau. Doris Lee, Louisa Yongmi Lee, Sinting Lim. Victoria Rosemary Lomax, Alison Lowe, Christine Lai. Karen Lipka, Stephanie Mack, Rachel Lang McGuinness. Rachel Nevicato, Jessica Lee Nguyen, Ashley Alford. Nisha Patel, Brianna Adele Pinelli, Lillian Reek. Olga Savitska, Stuart Ralph Schroeder, Nicole Sen. Jessica Marie Scrow, Law Sildarayan, Graham Michael Frederick Stevens. Amanda Stout, Amanda Danielle Tam, Natasha Tozivsky. Ho Yin Se, Jordan Vanderzam, Brittany Alyssa Verge. Christina Viscardi, Brendan Gregory Stothers Wallace, Annie Jinan Wang. Brendan Randall Warner, Olivia Ruth Weeb, Eric James Wiseman. Anson Wong, Rebecca Wong, Catherine Johanna Wright. Alvin Yang, Abraham Ka-Yuet Ewan, Livia Zaka. Ann Ki Sandy Shu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite David Edwards, Associate Dean and Holman Director, School of Pharmacy, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy. Salima Begum Bedani, Yanan Chen, Stephen Danilchuk. Julia Denemy, Megan Ruth Fournier, Erica Hatherley. Karen Dawn Hogenboom, Mandip Kella, Toy Yuet Lam. Thomas Jacek Lekowitz, Caitlin Meyer, Andrea Winnie Ing. Yelena Okuka, Christina Pipoy, Nicole Elizabeth Seymour. Kaylee Michelle Sinasak, Wei Sum Zito, Amanda Louisa Tavon. Ho Yin Tong, Nicholas Vander Gulick, Lindsay Yu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Robert Hill, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies, Faculty of Science, to the podium.
Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Science. Dana Lynn Anderson, Jennifer Ann Marie Chekus, Emily McCann. Amrit Mehta, Rowena Lalani Rodrigo. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Balsam Al-Abdulkader. Megan Fuzzen. Keegan Hicks. Brenda Yazi Lee, who is also the recipient of the Amit and Meena Chakma Award for Exceptional Teaching by a Student. Anil Maharaj, also the recipient of the W.B. Pearson Medal for recognition of creative research as presented in a doctoral student's thesis, and also the recipient for the outstanding achievement in graduate studies in a doctoral program. Kalpana Rose. Sarah Emma Ruffle. Garjoan Wan. Hey, well done. Good job, man. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but who were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I conferred the degrees in absentia.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Feridun Hamdallapur, President and Vice-Chancellor, to the podium.
It's been a great afternoon. You heard so many great remarks and speeches, and I don't think that I'm going to repeat what you've heard already. But let me just share a few remarks and observations with you. First, let me tell you how delighted I am to welcome you to the 190,000 strong University of Waterloo Alumni Club. You worked extremely hard to get into Waterloo, and you worked even harder to get out of Waterloo. But your hard work, or harder work, is just about to begin. But you will be doing some fantastic things in life. I don't think that you need to worry about working hard or harder or being successful, because your experience at the University of Waterloo, the education you received here, I believe, prepared you well for whatever lies ahead of you. So what I want you to remember is that the relationship that you established with the University of Waterloo, the first moment you said, this is the university I want to go receive my education, start my career. That was the beginning of your relationship. That relationship has evolved now. You are part of this family. I want you to remember this. Wherever you go, whatever you do, take it with you always. Remember your alma mater and watch us. As we will be watching you, we will be watching your progress, we will be watching your successes, and hope one day you will be, just like Dr. Scherer, will be doing something absolutely spectacular. I have no doubt about it. I wish you well. I thank you for spending 3, 4, 5 years of your life here, and I hope that you'll always remember your time here, cherish your moments, and the friendships you establish here. I hope you will always cherish them and continue those friendships, as we will continue our relationship with you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you.
Well, graduates, we're ahead of time. We still have time, and all your professors are right here, so we could ask them to do some more lectures if you want. No, maybe not. Well, it's my pleasure to announce that Convocation is now adjourned.